instead of with reliability with security. And of course, static trust consideration for each security mechanism, and also add PTF-based privacy. I told you that I typically usually say privacy and security, not security and privacy. I think privacy is extremely important. It might kill, any application if it's not provided appropriately. We might need PTF-based privacy services and privacy mechanisms. That's another big area to study. One more, in addition to claims that I made and presented to you, another thing that is very important is to realize that I want to present to you are the obstacles that are facing those that would say, okay, philosophically I agree with the idea of PTF. It makes sense to me. Nobody proved that it's bad. Nobody proved it's good. Let's give it a try, okay? That is totally good, that is best. Nobody proved that it's really good. Nobody proved it's really bad. Let's try it. What are the obstacles to implementing? And the second question is, what are some ideas or rules, basic ideas for efficient PTF implementation? It seems that there are two major obstacles for realizing systems based on the Pervasive Trust Foundation. First one is getting acceptance for the PTF principle. Okay, many people who say, well, you should not go this way. No, I don't accept this principle. No, you should not go there. When you ask them why, say, well, because it's inefficient. So actually, most of the people that say no are using the second argument. You cannot do it efficiently. So if we can show that it can be done efficiently, automatically this subgroup of the no acceptance group will come to our camp. Now, obstacle one I see is not really that material. It's not that tangible. It's based on belief. I believe it should be tried. Somebody believes, no, it shouldn't be tried. Where are the proofs? No, you cannot prove it. It's more like belief. Address obstacle two. It was more critical because if you succeed, it will remove obstacle one. It will be more critical and more fruitful, right? Because if you eliminate obstacle two, you also eliminate obstacle one for many, many people. There still might be some that, for some reason, say, no, it's efficient, okay, but no, don't use it. So, obstacle two is that PTF is too expensive. Let's take a look what, might be possible ways, and it's by no means a complete list. What are the possible ways of reducing perceived PTF usage costs? Because this perception might be totally wrong. But people say, this. First of all, there are some inherent cost savings thanks to using Pervasive Trust Foundation. Second, additional cost-saving approaches and techniques can be devised to bring the cost down. And third, hey, you say that PTF is costly. What about the no PTF approach? Let's try to compare them. Maybe you'll see that there are those costs that you claim are in PTF. I'll show you, yeah. In a no PTF, you have those costs plus more. Or at least, close enough. Inherent cost-saving properties. Here is my list. Let me just, mention a few from this list. For example, we already said that security service that is selected to satisfy a certain security request should select a service that is a function of a trust level. Low trust environment, heavy duty security service. High trust, low or lightweight, right? So instead of using heavyweight security services for all situations, use lightweight security services in high trust situations, sufficiently high trust. Don't use, one shoe fits all, right? Make different shoes for different people. Low trust, if you don't know what the trust situation, sure, your default might be heavyweight service. And then there are other detailed elements that I'll scan through because of a time limitation, but you can go back and take a look at them. Economies of scale is one of them. PTF is comprehensive. It can give you comprehensive feedback. TSIS can give you feedback, sure, but TSIS give you partial feedback. Maybe sometimes conflicting, because this TIS thinks so, that TIS thinks in a different way. Here you have a comprehensive. Okay. In the second category of additional cost-saving approaches, you might, for example, leverage enclaves that rely on implicit trust. Hey, you might have within your system, you might have high-trust enclaves. In those enclaves, used lightweight security services. So we are in the Wild West, but here is our small town with a fantastic sheriff. You don't need a gun in that town to be secure. There is another technique for identifying enclaves that rely on implicit trust. And there are those other elements of this category. Again, you can take a look at those. The third category was comparing cost of PTF approach with the cost of no PTF approach. I'm saying, hey, overhead, there is an overhead even if till PTF is not used. So, my summary is just this slide saying, hey, well, that's what we covered. And actually, I should say that the most important contributions of this talk, as I see it, and I humbly, will be looking for your comments and feedback, is that I have shown you claims, those claims, 6 claims, pretty specific. You can now argue for or against them. And I also, another important thing is part 4, when I shown how costs of PTF can be reduced, or at least how they can be compared to the no PTF costs. So, thank you very much for your attention, and we have 2 minutes and 43, 42, 41 seconds left. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions?
So I was either so clear or so unclear, but once again, I would really appreciate your feedback. Some people that work for years in that area have already some skewed, way of looking things. It's like, reading your paper 20 times before submitting to a conference, you stop seeing errors in it or inadequacies. You are still should have pretty fresh look in the most positive meaning of the word. So if you have any comments, please be so kind, email to me. Just say WMU for Western Michigan University on Google, WMU or other browser, WMU Lilien, my last name, and if you do this, WMU and Lilien, you will find my web page and you'll find my email address. So thank you so much. I hope to hear from you.